Jennings, only one place to start.
Where's that?
Old Trafford.
Amazing.
Oh, for who?
Well, it was an amazing game of football. It was a spectacle.
I hate when you say this.
It was.
When you say this as the neutral, when you know I'm going through pain, but you can say, they knocked us out of the FA Cup, and you said exactly the same thing. Ade, it was the greatest FA Cup I've ever seen. And now, all of a sudden, amazing game.
It was an amazing game, and I think Liverpool have only got themselves to blame. I feel like they've blown it. I don't think it's over, not by any stretch. I think there's lots of twists and turns to come.
Why do you say that, then?
I feel like they've blown a huge opportunity.
Okay, that's more like
They've blown a huge opportunity, and if Liverpool end up not winning the league, I think there are certain moments this season that Liverpool are going to look back on. It's a weird thing to say, considering how free-scoring Liverpool have been this season.
Yeah.
Like, scored over 100 goals.
Yeah.
And yet, if Liverpool don't win the league, it's because they haven't scored enough goals. It's because they haven't been ruthless enough when it most matters. There are so many examples. You know, we can talk about what happened at Old Trafford when Liverpool had, 19 opportunities in the first half. Manchester United had none, and the scoreline was only 1-0. But it isn't only that. Trent Alexander-Arnold when he hit the bar from close range against Man City.
Oh, wow.
Luis Diaz against Arsenal. There were so many moments where Liverpool, if they'd been a little bit more clinical, for example, it's the difference, isn't it? It's a difference between Sadio Mane and Luis Diaz. It's the difference between Darwin Núñez and Roberto Firmino.
I would say it's the difference between Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. Like, if Jota's there for a few of those, he's just... I think we all saw what Jeremy Carragher said about Jota a few months ago. Like, he is the best finisher out of that front four. And I think he went on to say even more than Suarez and others at the club, others that have been at the club. Darwin Núñez just... It's not just him, it's Salah. I spoke to you about Salah, didn't I? I mean, we did a show on Friday and I was like, you know, who needs to perform? And I said Salah.
Yeah.
Like, Salah's our world-class player. He's the one guaranteed he is world-class. No one can question. And he just didn't turn up for me. I know he scored that penalty and you got to give him plaudits for that, but there were a couple of occasions where I'm like, come on, man. Just come on, do something.
Yeah, although it's very difficult to pinpoint any one player, I think, for this, because in 2 games against Manchester United, Liverpool have had a combined total of 62 shots on goal.
I think Van Dijk kind of had a go at the front three, you know. Like, he wouldn't mention names, but he pretty much said that we had enough chances to win. And all those chances fell at the feet of the front three. Apart from, I think Szoboszlai had one. It was all the front three. You can't... As much as they have scored loads of goals, and I don't want to then start, you know, taking credit away from them, these are the big games. You've got to be clinical. Man City at Anfield, you've got to be clinical. Arsenal away, you've just got to be clinical.
Yeah, how Mohamed Salah, you know that shot that Mohamed Salah had when he blazed it over from about 6 yards out?
On his right foot?
Yeah. That was ridiculous. Luis Diaz, you know when he ended up hitting it on the half volley?
Yeah.
If he takes that on the volley, it's a goal. But even on the half volley, you have to hit the target.
He's got to
You've
score.
got to score.
It's a joke. I think that's the one where Robertson climbs off the back of Anthony and nods it down. He's got to score. It's not even these are not even half chances. These are gilt-edged chances. Obvious chances.
And I wonder now, you know, when you look at the title race, I don't think it's over for Liverpool, not by any stretch. No. Liverpool have a great opportunity to still win the league, but they've given themselves an uphill battle here because they were the front runner. They were the front runner, and crucially, they've gone to Old Trafford. They've totally dominated the game. They deserve to win the game overall. They could have lost it, so in the end, a point's not the end of the world. But how have they not gone 2-0 up in that first half?
Don't know. 3-0. 4-0.
Yeah. Well, do you know my prediction, Ade? My prediction was 5-0.
5-0.
My prediction was 5-0. And do you know there was a time, even at half-time, I thought I was going to be right.
Yeah.
I thought my 5-0 was actually going to land. That's how dominant Liverpool were. That's how clear Liverpool were. Like Bruno Fernandes, that goal that he scored, which was Liverpool were the architects of that goal.
Yeah.
You know, foolish play from Kwanzaa. That was their first shot on goal.
It's crazy.
It was complete and utter domination.
It was almost, this is so easy, we have lost concentration a little bit. But again, I will blame the front three. I don't want to blame the midfield. I thought Endo and McAllister were good. And even though Kwanzaa made that mistake, I was watching him after the mistake. Like, what's he going to do? Is he going to, like, just hide? And he got straight stuck back in. And I thought that's brave for, 19-year-old to do that mistake at Old Trafford, knowing how big that mistake is and to keep on playing. But you look at that front three, you look at the experience of Salah, you look at the experience of Diaz, Núñez has started scoring. You can't miss the chances they missed.
You've been kind there to Kwanzaa. Because I think that
you just made a mistake. You know what it is? Trust me, when I was watching the game, I wasn't kind. I was saying things that I won't repeat. But I was watching him thinking, he might shrivel here now. This might get on top for him. And it didn't.
But the title could have slipped off the back of the Kwanzaa misplaced pass. And it wasn't even like an unlucky pass or anything like that. It was just naive, just foolish.
Yeah,
lack of care.
But that was one mistake, and it was a big one. The front three made several. For me, the front three made several mistakes.
They did, but Kwanzaa, and I don't know if you're being nice because he's young, and that's fair enough. No. But Kwanzaa's done what Steven Gerrard did to Demba Ba.
Yeah,
it's the same. Yes. Kwanzaa has done what Steven Gerrard did. But and when you think about how Steven Gerrard is widely ridiculed for that,
agreed. But Steven Gerrard, the experience of it, and I remember that game against Chelsea vividly. And Liverpool didn't have as many chances as this Liverpool side had against Man United. We had. It could have been 7-1 then. If you're going to give Kwanzaa that, okay, let's give him that. Because it still could have been 7-1.
Yeah.
We had so many chances in that game, especially the first half and sort of 20 minutes into the second half before Kobbie Mainoo scored.
That was an unbelievable goal.
Frightening.
Unbelievable goal. In terms of Liverpool now, Ad, look, try and look at this not through the lens of tribalism, okay? We know that you're a Liverpool fan.
You're saying that's quite impossible here.
It is, but see how you go. You've maintained throughout the whole season, from the start of the season, day dot, you said Liverpool can win the league. Liverpool will win the league was your prediction. Yeah. You haven't flinched from that at any point this season.
Oh, I certainly have flinched a few times.
No, but you've always maintained that Liverpool will win the league.
Yeah.
Do you think that Liverpool will win the league still? Or is the damaging draw at Old Trafford actually the turning point?
I still think we'll win the league. I still think we will.
Yeah.
I still think, you know what it is? I think Arsenal, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Arsenal have got Wolves, Villa, Chelsea, Spurs, the next 4. They win those, then they've won the league.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at that thinking, Spurs look good on the weekend. Chelsea will want to damage Arsenal. Wolves away is a tough one. I'm hoping someone's going to get something.
And the Champions League that you don't have to deal with.
And the Champions League, the Bayern Munich.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with that.
We don't have to deal. We've got Atalanta.
I just think it's such a problem that you've had 28 shots on goal. 28 shots on goal and scored the same amount of them.
There's no one clinical up front. And this isn't. People might say, "Ade, calm down." As you said, we've scored 100 goals this season, but they're not clinical. I watch Liverpool week in, week out, so I don't just go on stats and I see how many chances we miss. It's insane how many we miss. As much as everyone's sort of rearing about Arsenal, the amount of goals they've scored in the Premier League, Liverpool could have had way more. We miss so many.
It's amazing that you scored over 100 goals. Scored over 100 goals, and we're talking about the lack of ruthlessness. It's ridiculous, but it's true.
Yeah, because ruthlessness comes against the big boys.
Do you know,
against the big boys, against the top 6, we've only won 1.
Yeah. To get your thoughts though. Overall, we know that Liverpool should have won the game. They totally dominated. They had all of the chances. That first half was one of the most one-sided Liverpool-Manchester United games you'll ever see.
Yeah.
With a bit of hindsight now and a calm take, you did get a point. And you fought to get a point. And you kind of nicked a point. It looked like you were going to get nothing. And had you got nothing, it would feel very different.
You know what, though? You are correct. But we got the point, and there was still 14 minutes, no, longer than that. We scored on 82, and there was 7 minutes of injury time. We had 15 minutes to go and win that. Oh, well, look at my maths all over the place. We had a lot of time to go and win that.
Yeah.
And I was expecting us to go on
but because of the nature of the game, because you were losing, can you view it through the lens of 1 point gained rather than 2 points dropped? Or is it 2 points dropped?
No, it's 2 points dropped. There's no way.
Even though you were losing at Old Trafford?
No, it's 2 points dropped. It's 2 points dropped.
Yeah.
But I also, and look, and you can testify to this, I also said, mate, we're going to Old Trafford. Like, I know, that's never going to be easy for Liverpool. It's just they're up for it. This is everything for them, as it is for us. But I know it was never going to be easy. I looked at that fixture and everyone was like, 5-0, 6-0. I was like,
yeah,
mate, it's Old Trafford still.
And we've got ourselves into a situation now, which is certainly not the situation that I want, where Arsenal can say the best sentence that there is in a title race. If we win every game between now and the end of the season, we will be champions. Liverpool used to be able to say that. They can't say that anymore.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.